Hello, welcome to Legal Awareness web series. Today we are going to talk about disturbing developments happening in Rajasthan, where a political turmoil is very much on the cards. It seems that Ashok Gehlot is relying too much on anti-defection law. So we would also look at the anti-defection law and how this law has failed. Now, first of all, I would like to say that you reap what you sow. Therefore, in India, if we had defections, Congress has been primarily the beneficiary of these defections. There have been large scale defections where opposition governments were similarly toppled and Congress governments were formed. I'll come to that little later. But let me first of all say that the greatest misfortune for our country is our political class. At a time when we had Chinese intrusion in our territory and 20 precious lives of our soldiers were lost, and the country is battling with COVID 19, with India becoming number 3 in the world in terms of cases, our political leaders are after their own fortunes. They are chasing their own dreams. They have no concern for people. Now, Sachin Pilot, a very dynamic young leader, cannot really blame Congress in terms of not giving him opportunities. At the very young age of 26, he became member of parliament. At the age of 29, he became union minister. At the age of 32, he became the PCC president in Rajasthan. He has definitely put in lot of work, and it was because of his work also that the Congress came back to power. But we must also concede that he had a favorable media with him, and therefore his hard work was exaggerated manifold by the media, and he is a darling of media. Ashok Gehlot is also a grassroots worker, not very eloquent, does not speak much in the assembly, but let us accept this hard reality that lot of MLAs supported him 2 years ago, and he continues to enjoy their support. In parliamentary democracy, you will become chief minister if you have support of the majority of MLAs of your party. It seems the majority continues to be with Ashok Gehlot. I'm not very confident of how long Ashok Gehlot will be able to retain this majority support, because if in 3 days some 20 people can defect to Sachin Pilot group, maybe in next 48 hours, 72 hours, some more will defect. And of course, why people defect? Due to allurement of all kinds of allurements, all kinds of promises. Now, let me also say that this problem of defection is not new. One Gehlot of Haryana in 1967 changed his parties thrice within 2 weeks. And that's why once when he returned to Congress, then Congress leader Virender Singh said that now Gehlot is Ayaram, and that's how this whole issue is called Ayaram Geharam. Now let me also say that in 1967, when there were elections, 16 states went to poll. Congress failed in forming government in 7 states. Between 1967 to 71, within 4 years, 142 defections in parliament and 1969 in assemblies happened. As many as 32 governments collapsed, and as many as 212 defectors were made ministers. In Rajasthan scenario, it seems right now Sachin Pilot is not having the desired number of 2/3. Anti-defection law, as you know, the 52nd Amendment of the Constitution, which Rajiv Gandhi piloted in 1985, it's initially said that if you defect individually, you will be disqualified. But if you split a party and take away with you 1/3 members, then you will not invite disqualification. This was also changed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee through the 91st constitutional amendment. And now, if you want to break away from your party, you must ideally get two-third members with you. Then only you can merge your party with some other party. Now, this law has failed, as we have seen in Karnataka, we have seen in Madhya Pradesh, and how things are unfolding in Rajasthan. Because one, initially, the law clearly said that the decision on disqualification will be made by the speaker, and no court will have jurisdiction to examine that decision. Then in 1992, Supreme Court said judicial review will be available of speaker's decision, but no judicial review happen if speaker is merely delaying the decision. In Tamil Nadu, for instance, defection of about 18 people is before a speaker for almost 2.5 years, and a speaker is not making a call. In Manipur, where Congress got about 28 seats, BJP got 22 seats, BJP was able to form a government, there was an issue about the disqualification of one Congress member. The speaker did not decide it. Eventually, this January, Justice Nariman had to make a call and said that you have to decide it within 4 weeks. Now he has been disqualified. But Justice Nariman has also said that since speaker also comes from the ruling party, therefore he does not independently decide this case, and we should have some independent mechanism for decision on disqualification. We have a law on disqualification on the issue of office of profit, which is decided by the President of India in case of Parliament and by the Governor in case of assemblies in consultation with Election Commission of India. Some sort of that mechanism probably would be better. But I personally feel that Venkat Chalaiya Commission recommendation, now this commission was constituted by Vajpayee ji. It gave good recommendations, but nobody bothered about those recommendations because the sole purpose for which this commission was constituted was to disqualify Sonia Gandhi, a naturalized citizen, from occupying high constitutional positions. The commission was evenly divided, 5 members on this side, 5 on the other side. Justice Venkat Chalaiya did not cast the casting vote, and after that nobody bothers about this commission. But on this issue of defection, the commission had recommended in a trust vote, the votes of people who violate the party whip should not be counted. I feel that there is need to bring in some kind of deterrence for people who go against their party on whose tickets they got elected. 2019 about Karnataka, again there was a judgment from the Supreme Court which rather than curtailing defections will encourage defections. It was a matter about defection of some Congress and JDU legislators to BJP, of course, and that's how government collapsed. Vidurappa government was formed. Now their speaker has disqualified these people for the entire term of Karnataka Assembly. The matter went to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said while disqualification is all right, speaker does not have the power to say that they are barred from contesting elections. And as a result, anyone can defect and then get re-elected. And that's how in MP, number of these defectors are now ministers, and number of people who are defecting in Rajasthan, if tomorrow a government is formed with the support of BJP or a BJP government with the support of Sachin Pilot, then these people will again be rewarded with ministerial buzz. I personally believe that there is a need for amendment in the Representation of People's Act and also in the 10th schedule of the Constitution, which should provide that if you defect, you will not become the member of the House for a period of 5 years or whatever is the remaining term of the assembly, or you will be disqualified to hold any office for 6 years. The defection of Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan also tells us something about Congress. How come Congress leadership, top leadership, which was fully aware of these two people not getting along well, intervened only in last 3 days? It seems that the telephonic call from top leadership and Priyanka and Rahul to Sachin happened only in last 48 hours. I also feel that younger lot must show some patience and some respect for the senior leaders. Sachin Pilot has done a damage to his reputation. He is young. He would have definitely become chief minister in next Congress government. If you like legal awareness web series, kindly widely share this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.